Well, this morning we are learning at least 130 people are dead in 6 states after Hurricane Helene tore through the southeast.
Well, that's not even the worst of it. Hundreds are still missing. Colorado volunteers are on the ground trying to help save homes and save lives in that destruction zone caused by the hurricane and the tropical storm. Fox 31's Greg Perez joins us live with the latest on Colorado Task Force One. We talked to some of these folks yesterday to get an update on kind of how that process is going, Greg.
Hey Kirk, hey Andrea. So as mentioned, Colorado Task Force One is made up of about 45 Coloradans from right here in and around the metro area. They were sent over to around Asheville, about an hour to an hour and a half northeast of Asheville, to help in the recovery efforts. And this is not the first time this specific task force has been sent. Remember, about 19 years ago when Hurricane Katrina hit the New Orleans region, Colorado Task Force One was also called upon to assist the recovery efforts there. Either way, the task force program manager Bob Olm says that the volunteers are working in North Carolina about 16 to 18 hours every single day as the devastation from Helene spread not just to Florida but also into the Carolinas. Now, with no internet or cell service, it has been extremely difficult to communicate with the team, but now Colorado Task Force One is searching in an area about an hour northeast of Asheville called Crooked Creek. While this team is made up of highly trained individuals, doing wide area searches in the coastal region certainly comes with its own set of challenges.
Very steep terrain. There's debris on the road. We've had to cut and winch numerous trees out of the way just to get access on the roadways. In many places, it is unrecognizable.
Now, Olm says he tries to communicate with the team twice a day despite the lack of service. They've actually had to use satellite cell phones, and even then, it has been nearly impossible to get in touch with crews on the ground. We also heard from Olm yesterday where he was saying that the 45 members of Colorado Task Force One are actually sleeping in a parish, in a church that has no running water and no electricity, just to put into perspective of how devastating the effects of Helene were. He encourages people to take a look at the Red Cross website. Of course, we also have that link on our own website. And guys, I think that this is going to be a multi-year effort, not a multi-month effort, in order to help with all the things that they really need to do in order to clean up not only North Carolina, but eastern Tennessee, western South Carolina, and even into Florida as well. So certainly devastating stuff, but we'll be on it all morning long. Reporting live right outside of West Metro Fire, Greg Perez, Fox 31.
Well, and Greg, you know, as a meteorologist, that, you know, you can't let your guard down just because it's no longer a hurricane.
Right.
And we're seeing this firsthand. You know, North Carolina didn't see a hurricane. It is well reduced from hurricane status by the time it got to North Carolina.
Yeah, correct. I mean, it was the heavy downpours. I mean, the ground can only take so much. Right. And we're not talking about feet of rain. We're talking about yards, meters of rain in a very short amount of time. So very devastating, but we'll be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, so tragic. The images just coming out of it. And you have to think, I mean, they just have to go and try to make sure everyone's accounted for before they even start that cleanup process.
I heard one report saying over 500 people are still unaccounted for, which is a scary thought.
It's wild.